Captain Marcus Chen stared at the small, crystalline keycard resting in the palm of the alien diplomat's six-fingered hand. The Zephyrian's translucent skin rippled with nervous bioluminescence, casting shifting patterns of blue and silver across. The sterile meeting chamber aboard the neutral station. "This contains everything," Ambassador Veltar whispered, her voice carrying the musical undertones that made her species' language so hauntingly beautiful. Every classified file, every strategic assessment, every dark secret the Galactic Council has buried for the past 3 centuries. Marcus hesitated. In his 15 years as Earth's primary liaison to the Galactic Council, he had learned to be suspicious of gifts that seemed too valuable. The human species had only been granted provisional membership in the galactic community 2 decades ago, and their position remained precarious at best. "Why?" he asked simply. Veltar's large, opalescent eyes dimmed. "Because in 72 hours, the vote will be cast. Earth's membership will be revoked, and your species will be classified as a Class 7 existential threat. The Purification Fleet is already mobilizing." The words hit Marcus like a physical blow. He had known the political climate was deteriorating, but this was beyond his worst fears. "The Purification Fleet hasn't been deployed in over a millennium." "Not since the Krex uprising," Veltar confirmed. "But the Council fears humans almost as much as they feared the Krex. Perhaps more." Marcus took the key card, feeling its strange warmth against his palm. "This could be treason for you." "It already is." A sad smile played across Veltar's features. "My government voted in favor of the purification. I am here without their knowledge or consent." 30 minutes later, Marcus sat alone in his quarters, the key card inserted into his personal terminal. As file after file cascaded across his screen, he began to understand the true scope of the galaxy's fear. The first document was a psychological profile of human military tactics, compiled after the border skirmishes with the hegemony. The analysis was clinical, almost admirative in its terror. Humans, it noted, were the only species in recorded galactic history to weaponize their own mortality. While other races sought to minimize casualties and preserve life, humans seemed to view death as simply another tool in their arsenal. The Battle of Kepler 442b was dissected in excruciating detail. When the human fleet found themselves outgunned and outmaneuvered, they had done something that shattered every established rule of galactic warfare. They turned their own ships into guided missiles, ramming them into enemy vessels at near light speed. The tactic was devastatingly effective and utterly incomprehensible to minds that valued individual survival above victory. Marcus scrolled deeper, finding files that made his blood run cold. Economic analyses showed that human innovation was accelerating at a rate that defied all galactic models. Technologies that should have taken centuries to develop were being mastered in decades. The human concept of acceptable risk was so far outside normal parameters that their research and development programs were classified as existentially dangerous. But it was the cultural assessment that truly revealed the depth of galactic fear. Other species had evolved complex social hierarchies that prioritized stability and consensus. Humans, the report noted with barely concealed horror, seemed biologically driven toward disruption and change. They questioned authority as naturally as they breathed. They embraced chaos not as a force to be controlled, but as an opportunity to be exploited. The files contained intercepted communications between council members, their words dripping with anxiety. The Zephyrians worried that human unpredictability would destabilize their carefully ordered society. The silicon-based Korthani feared that human creativity would make their own technological achievements obsolete. The ancient Ethereals, who had guided galactic civilization for millennia, openly expressed concern that humans might reject their wisdom entirely. Marcus found himself laughing bitterly as he read a tactical assessment that described human military doctrine as aggressive. Adaptability combined with strategic insanity. The report concluded that humans were capable of finding solutions that other species would never consider, because those solutions violated fundamental assumptions about how civilized beings should behave. The most damning file was also the shortest. It was a single question posed by the Council's greatest strategic minds. If humans can accomplish this much in 20 years of membership, what will they be capable of in 200? The answer, apparently, was too terrifying to contemplate. Marcus leaned back in his chair, pieces of a vast puzzle clicking into place. Humanity's rapid advancement, their refusal to accept limitations, their tendency to find unconventional solutions. Two impossible problems. These weren't bugs in human nature. They were features. And they scared the galaxy's established powers more than any weapon ever could. He thought about his own species' history, their endless wars and conflicts, their ability to find hope in the darkest circumstances. Humans had survived ice ages, plagues, and their own worst impulses. They had turned every setback into a comeback, every defeat into a lesson. The Galactic Council saw chaos and unpredictability. Marcus saw adaptation and resilience. A new message appeared on his screen from Veltar. The vote has been moved up. 18 hours remaining. I am sorry. Marcus stood up, his mind already racing through possibilities. The galaxy thought it knew what humans were capable of. But they had only seen humanity trying to fit in, trying to play by established rules. They were about to discover what humans could do when they stopped trying to be civilized. He activated his emergency beacon, sending coded messages to every human vessel, colony, and outpost in the galaxy. The message was simple. Come home. Bring everything. If the galaxy wanted to see what made humans truly dangerous, Marcus would show them. Because the one thing the Council's extensive files had failed to understand was this. Humans weren't dangerous despite their flaws. They were dangerous because of them. The galaxy was about to learn the difference.